Akashvani presents Morning News. Good morning, I am VC Pramod. The headlines. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman says efficiency in tax collection system led to jump in tax revenue in the last few years without rate hike. President Droupadi Murmu to embark on a 3-day visit to Odisha from today. IMD warns of widespread rainfall across various regions of the country till Friday. India and the Maldives strongly condemn terrorism in all its forms, including cross-border terrorism. India and the UK conclude 11th round of talks for free trade agreement. And in cricket, India settled for a 1-0 series win against West Indies after second test ends in a draw. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has said that tax revenue has gone up in the last few years without tax rate hike. Addressing the 164th Income Tax Day celebrations in New Delhi yesterday, Ms. Sitharaman said efficiency in tax collection system aided the robust tax mop-up.
If revenue improves, services of the government improves, welfare schemes get their due, and the country flourishes better. In the last 3-4 years, to the credit of the CBDT, tax rates did not go up, but revenue is steadily going up. Evasion is being controlled.
The Finance Minister said Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been clear that technology is the answer to most problems and Central Board of Direct Taxes CBDT has been working on that. Lauding CBDT, she said evasions have been brought down. Ms. Sitharaman said distinct positive changes have come about in income tax assessments because of technology. The taxpayers opting for new tax regime will not have to pay income tax if his annual income is up to 7,27,000. Ms. Sitharaman assured taxpayers of a transparent, objective and friendly income tax regime. She said assessments for around 1 lakh notices issued to taxpayers this year will be completed by March next year. The minister said such notices were only sent to those whose income is beyond 50 lakh rupees. President Droupadi Murmu will be on a 3-day visit to Odisha from today. The President will interact with a group of medical students sponsored by Atut Bandhan family and lay the foundation stone for a new building block of Raj Bhavan Odisha at Bhubaneswar this evening. Tomorrow, the President will grace the valedictory function of the 75th year celebrations of Odisha High Court at Cuttack. On the same day, she will address the annual function of the SCB Medical College and Hospital, Cuttack, and grace the convocation of National Law University, Odisha, at Cuttack. On Thursday, the President will interact with members of the particularly vulnerable tribal group PVTGs at Raj Bhavan in Bhubaneswar. On the same day, she will launch this year's theme of Prajapita Brahma Kumari's Ishwarya Vishwavidyalaya, the Year of Positive Change, for conducting nationwide seminar and conferences and lay the foundation stone for its lighthouse complex at Dasabatia, Tamando in Bhubaneswar. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate Gujarat's first greenfield airport at Hirasar near Rajkot on Thursday. Mr. Modi will also address a rally in Rajkot. During his 2-day visit to Gujarat beginning Thursday, the Prime Minister is scheduled to attend various programs in the state. Built over 1,500 acres area at a cost of 1,405 crores, the airport has been renamed as Rajkot International Airport. A report from our correspondent.
The Greenfield Airport at Hirasar is 30 kilometers away from the Rajkot city, the commercial capital of Saurashtra region. The airport has 45-meter wide runway which can park 14 planes at any given point. The passenger terminal at the airport can manage more than 1,200 travelers per hour during peak hours. The Greenfield Airport is equipped with solar power system, green belt and rainwater harvesting system. The air connectivity to international market will boost the industrial growth, especially benefit the ceramic industry in Morbi, and will generate new employment opportunities in the region. Prime Minister Narendra Modi had laid the foundation stone for the construction of International Airport in 2017. Aparna Khun, Akashvani News, Ahmedabad.
The fifth helicopter and small aircraft summit is being organized today at Khajuraho in Madhya Pradesh. The summit will be inaugurated by Union Minister for Civil Aviation and Steel, Jyotiraditya Scindia. More from our correspondent.
The Helicopter and Small Aircraft Summit is jointly organized by the Ministry of Civil Aviation, Government of Madhya Pradesh, Pawan Hans Limited and the Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry. The theme of the summit is Reaching the Last Mile, Regional Connectivity through Helicopters and Small Aircraft. The objective of the summit includes enhancing the scope of the UDAN scheme in remote and hilly terrains. The summit will bring industry stakeholders together to engage and collaborate with policymakers to implement efficient and rational decisions that would boost India's civil aviation industry further. Sanjeev Sharma, Akashvani News, Bhopal.
In Jammu and Kashmir, the 43-day-long annual Machel Mata Yatra in Kishtwar district will commence today. The Yatra is the second most famous pilgrimage in the Jammu division, during which thousands of devotees from across the country visit the scenic Padar Valley and pay obeisance at the holy shrine of goddess Durga in Machel village. More from our correspondent.
The administration, along with the other stakeholders, have made elaborate arrangements for the safe and smooth pilgrimage. From Jammu, pilgrims can travel by road up to Gulabgarh, from where the well-built track begins for the rest of the journey to the Machel Bhavan. However, chopper services are available from Kishtwar, Gulabgarh and Machel. Palki and pony services have also been arranged for pilgrims who face difficulties in walking or have physical limitations. Pilgrims can register online to avail chopper services. The website www.shrimachelmatayatra.com will serve as a comprehensive platform providing essential information about the facilities available for devotees. And Gulshan Rana, Akashvani News, Jammu.
This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts. The Indian Met Department IMD has warned of widespread rainfall across various regions of the country till Friday. It has forecast very heavy rainfall in Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand tomorrow and Thursday. IMD said Haryana, West Uttar Pradesh and East Rajasthan are expected to get heavy to very heavy rainfall tomorrow. IMD has issued an orange alert for heavy to very heavy rainfall in isolated areas in Mumbai, Thane, Raigad, Pune, Ratnagiri, Satara, Sindhudurg and Kolhapur districts of Maharashtra. A report.
Mumbai has been placed under an orange category weather alert on July 25, indicating another day of heavy rain after Monday's brief respite. Orange alert for heavy to very heavy rainfall has also been issued for Raigad, Ratnagiri, Sindhudurg, Pune, Kolhapur and Satara districts till 27th July. The Weather Bureau has said that rainfall activity is expected to reduce thereafter with moderate showers expected between July 27 and 29. Nivedita, AIR News, Mumbai.
In Kerala, heavy rain continues in northern and central parts of the state. Met Department forecasts widespread rain for the next 4 days in the state. Orange alert is issued in Kozhikode, Wayanad, Kannur and Kasaragod districts for today, and yellow alert in all the other districts except Thiruvananthapuram and Kollam. Hilly and landslide-prone regions and coastal areas are on high alert. As heavy rain continues, all educational institutions have been closed in Kannur, Kozhikode and Wayanad districts. Fisher folks are warned not to venture to the sea till Thursday along Kerala, Karnataka and Lakshadweep coasts. In Kannur, landslides in Karnataka have caused water level in the rivers in the district to rise considerably. The district collector has ordered the halting of all quarrying activities till the 30th of this month. In Kozhikode, 67 persons belonging to 20 families have been shifted to relief camps. A youth was swept away in Balusheri by Kottanad River. The second meeting of the Joint Working Group on Counter-Terrorism, Countering Violent Extremism and De-radicalization between Maldives and India was held in Male yesterday. The Maldivian delegation was led by Foreign Secretary Ahmed Latif and the Indian delegation was led by Secretary West, Minister of External Affairs Sanjay Verma. External Affairs Ministry said the meeting was held in a cordial and constructive atmosphere that symbolizes the time-tested and good neighborly ties between Maldives and India and the energy, ambition and scale acquired by the bilateral relations under the leadership of President Ibrahim Mohammed Soli and Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Both Maldives and India strongly condemn terrorism in all its forms and manifestations, including cross-border terrorism, emphasizing the need for strengthening international cooperation to combat terrorism in a comprehensive and sustained manner. Both the countries reaffirmed counter-terrorism cooperation as an important aspect of maintaining security in the Indian Ocean region. Both sides reviewed threats posed by terrorist entities that are under UN sanctions and emphasized the need for concerted action against all terrorist networks. They stressed on the urgent need for all countries to take immediate, sustained, verifiable and irreversible action to ensure that no territory under their control is used for terrorist attacks on others and to expeditiously bring to justice the perpetrators of such attacks. India and the United Kingdom have concluded their 11th round of talks for the UK-India Free Trade Agreement FTA. As with previous rounds, this was conducted in a hybrid fashion and a number of Indian officials travelled to London for negotiations and others attended virtually. As per the joint outcome statement, technical discussions were held across 9 policy areas over 42 separate sessions. Union Minister for Commerce and Industry, Piyush Goyal, visited the UK this month and met the Secretary of State for Business and Trade, Kemi Badenoch, and the Minister of State for International Trade, Nigel Huddleston. They discussed ways to make progress on the FTA negotiations and wider trade and investment opportunities for the UK and India. The 12th round of negotiations is due to take place in the coming months. In cricket, the test between India and the West Indies ended in a draw in Port of Spain, Trinidad, after the 5th day play was washed off due to rain. The hosts were to resume their second innings on the final day at the overnight score of 76 for 2 yesterday, but the game couldn't resume as rain played spoil sport. The match was ultimately called off and declared a draw, with India winning the 2-match series 1-0. India scored 438 in their first innings and bowled out West Indies for 255. The visitors then set a victory target of 365 runs, declaring their second innings for 181 for 2. India created a record for scoring the fastest 100 by a team in an innings in a test match. They reached a 3-digit score in just 12.2 overs, breaking the earlier record by Sri Lanka in 13.2 overs. Mohammad Siraj was adjudged the player of the match for his 5-wicket haul. The 3-match ODI series between India and the West Indies will begin on Thursday in Barbados. Election Commission of Pakistan, ECP, has directed the Islamabad police to arrest former Prime Minister Imran Khan and produce him before it today in a case linked to contempt of the top electoral body. Irked by Mr. Khan's persistent absence from the hearings, the ECP instructed the Islamabad IGP to arrest the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf PTI chief for his failure to appear in the contempt case. And now, for a look at today's newspapers, it's over to Vaibhav Jyotsna Srivastav.
Thank you, Pramod. Scuffles in Raj House as Gurha says he has read diary on Gehlot is the lead in the Hindustan Times. Scuffle in Assembly as sacked minister claims a red diary to implicate Gehlot is the lead in the Indian Express. Mostly all financial dailies have the story of SEBI working on an ambitious plan to settle secondary market trades on a real-time basis. Instant settlement for the markets on cards is the lead in the Financial Express. Handle loan repayment matter with compassion, sensitivity, affirmed back in a headline in the Pioneer, stating that Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman urged both public and private sector banks to exercise compassion and sensitivity while dealing with loan repayment processes. And finally, the Tribune has a story of an ex-sailor Tara Singh who suffered a bullet injury in Goa Liberation War of 1961, being granted war injury pension after 60 years. And with that, it's back to you, Pramod.
Thank you, Vaibhav. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman says efficiency in tax collection system led to jump in tax revenue in the last few years without rate hike. President Droupadi Murmu to embark on a 3-day visit to Odisha from today. IMD warns of widespread rainfall across various regions of the country till Friday. India and the Maldives strongly condemn terrorism in all its forms, including cross-border terrorism. India and the UK conclude 11th round of talks for free trade agreement. And in cricket, India settled for 1-0 series win against West Indies after second test ends in a draw. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.